Hello, welcome to this topic on electrical clearances for lines. At the end of this topic, you will be able to describe electrical safety, explain the standard clearances in buildings, explain the ground clearance at the lowest level of the conductor, describe the vertical clearances in crossings. Let's start off with the electrical safety. The following are some of the important points on electrical safety. Accidental contact with live overhead power lines kills people and causes many serious injuries every year. People are also harmed when a person or object gets too close to a line and a flashover occurs. Safe operation of distribution system is paramount for ensuring reliability and preventing accidents or fatalities. Standards and regulations are in place to address minimum clearances to avoid accidental contact with bare or live conductors for OH lines. Let's discuss the standard clearances required for the buildings. For low and medium voltage, line passes above the building, a vertical clearance from the highest point must be 2.5 meters, and line passes adjacent to the building, a horizontal clearance from the nearest point must be 1.2 meters. Next, for 11 kV to 33 kV, line passes above or adjacent to any building or part of a building must be 3.7 meters, and the horizontal clearance between the nearer conductor and any part of such building must be 2 meters. And for above 33 kV, the horizontal clearance between the nearer conductor and any part of such building must be 2 meters plus 0.3 for every additional 33 kV, and line passes above or adjacent to any building or part of a building must be 3.7 meter plus 0.3 for every additional 33 kV. Let's learn about the ground clearance at the lowest level of the conductor. Low and medium voltage lines across a street must have minimum clearance of 5.8 meters. High voltage lines across a street must have a minimum clearance of across street 6.1 meter. Low and medium voltage lines along a street must have minimum clearance of 5.5 meters. High voltage lines across a street must have a minimum clearance of 5.8 meters. Low and medium voltage lines elsewhere than along or across any street must have minimum clearance of 4 meters. High voltage lines elsewhere than along or across any street must have minimum clearance of 5.2 meters. 33 kV and EHV clearance above ground must have minimum 6.1 meter plus 0.3 meter for every 33 kV. Let's discuss the vertical clearance electrical line in crossings. The following are the vertical clearance between electrical line and railway track. 66 kV line is to have 14 meters. 132 kV line is to have 14.6 meters. 220 kV line is to have 15.4 meters. 400 kV line is to have 17.9 meters. And here are the vertical clearances between electrical line and telephone lines. 66 kV line is to have 2.4 meters. 132 kV line is to have 2.7 meters. 220 kV line is to have 3 meters.